Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the proposal which is given to Funic for an efficient management of their internet connection in their laboratory. How is the lab going to look like? Let's talk first of all about the internal structure of the network. We have here internet connection, which is passing through a modem, a data server on a laptop, and a combination of the two would have provided services to various users or clients of Funic University. And any person, students, staff would have been able to make their research over internet using YouTube, Facebook, and any other website or any other data stored in the data server internally. The laboratory of Funic is presented as follows: a setup of computers in the room where we have the head of the laboratory would have been able to maintain the machines, to store data that are needed by students or lecturers for their use, for their daily use. He would have been able as well to orientate students and lecturers on how to use one thing or another, where to find one thing or another, and you would have been able also to install various softwares that are needed by lecturers, by students, according to the policy of the university, to the policy of the lab, in a secured manner. Next, we have the lecturer or the supervisor of the laboratory for a particular period of time with the students who are coming to manage the activities. But how do we proceed to have a good management of internet connection in particular? We have to talk about the prerequisite that needs to be there. We have to talk about the investment that Funic needs to incur, the income that such investment can provide, and we're going to talk about the life cycle of such project. First thing first, prerequisites. A lab is already settled. Secondly, we have desktop and laptops already wired or wireless connected. And we know that Funic is already paying a monthly amount of 40,000 to a provider to get access to internet. Now, the second point is, what does it take now to set up internet connection and being able to supply the service to the students in an orderly manner, in an efficient manner? For that, we need to have equipment. As you can see on this picture, we have a modem, we have a wireless access point, we have a router, and we have cables. How much does it cost to put that in place? We are going to click on this to see the pro forma that is proposed for this activity. Excuse me. So, as far as the material is concerned, we have a modem, access point, router, and miscellaneous for unforeseen situations. The total of this equipment is only 225,000 francs. So that's what needs to be invested to be able to set up such internet connection. Next thing after the investment, we're going to talk about the policy to have access to internet connection. So let us go and click on this link to follow the video which is presenting the way to have access to it.
Good morning. My name is Azeye Xavier Alexandre. I wish to present to you Globus.hotspot, a hotspot which has been put in place by global business.
Let us forward this video and go to the point that we need to see. Wow, okay.
In the hotspot, oh wonderful, in Globus. Now to open my browser, to key in globus.hotspot/login to be able to log in and finally have access to my internet connection. Oh, wonderful. I open the login page and it is showing in the hotspot locally stored is not in internet yet. A website which is presenting global business. What is global business about? Before we log in,
let us keep this place again and let us go to where we key in our information to have access to internet.
Going to allow to design in funds that you spend. Yeah. And this is our we have 99 locally stored in our server.
Okay.
I type in my username, my password, and then I click OK, and I'm logged in. So this is my status. So you see the address bar. It has switched from login to status. And now let's see if I can have access to the jukebox. Yes, it is going. Another jukebox. When there is no internet, and even if there is internet, we can still have access to this and to select whichsoever music we want to play.
Let us forward this again.
Much things to do. Then also when logged in. Alright, I can also when internet is not disturbing, I can go open a new window and I type there let's see voila.fr website, and you see my internet is fast again. It is loading too fast. Yahoo.com for example, and that's it. We have Yahoo. You can do whatever you want on internet, and if there's no internet access, you can still come back here. You click on jukebox here, or you go to services. You can go.
All right. So let's close this now. So this is the policy that we can have to have access to internet. We go to the web, to the browser, and we key in a link, which is going to direct us to a page where we're going to have a login and a password to key in order to have access to internet. As simple as that. So let's continue to the next page. So what is Funic getting back from such investment? Let's click on this link to go and see the income. So let's suppose that Funic has 100 students. And let's imagine that we're going to say that a student is given on a monthly basis 1,000 francs, which means that in a year, a student can give 12,000 francs. So at the end of the year, Funic is getting therefore 1.2 million from 100 students. How does it work? How is Funic going to do that? Let's say that Funic decides to say, okay, students used to pay fees of, let's say, 800,000 a year. So let us add 12,000 so that it makes 812,000 francs a year that students are paying. And the 12,000 will be reserved to pay, for the internet connection that the students will have to pay or to use on a monthly basis. So now let's suppose that Funic is having 130 students. Given the fact that each student is paying 1,000 a month, at the end of the year, Funic is having an estimated income of 1.5 million. So that's it about the income. We go back to the income on the next page to find out what we talk about a life cycle. Now, for every project that we think about, we always have to think on how do we sustain the activity? How do we sustain the activity? We know that this project is put in place. We gain a minimum of 1.2 million every year, but it's not enough. I mean, for the second year, we can still do the same. We can still have that gain, but on the long run, the 1.2 million is becoming something which is not, I mean, which is nothing comparing to what we would have expected from such project, from such installation. So at that moment, what if we put in place now a long-term network coverage, given the fact that Funic building is there with its supervisor managing internet connection and with a supplementary equipment omnidirectional antenna which is going to supply over the Wi-Fi to various hostels, university in town far from Funic internet connection to the users. Users who will come to Funic, pay a certain amount of money, get their tickets, and finally have access to internet from their home, from their houses, from the university, from wherever they are around Funic University. In this way, at the end of the year, Funic may not have only 1.2 million, but much more than that with such installation. So we wish to thank you for your attention, and if there are any questions, I'm there to answer to them. Thank you.